What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the Light, Heart, and Centered channel, where we keep everything lighthearted and try to help you find your center and stay centered, which is easier said than done in this world, in this day and age, right here, right now. And this day and age is exactly what we're going to talk about today, the new age, and it's not what everybody thinks it is. It's actually just a time in place, a time in history where a new era begins, a dawn of a new humanity, a new way of thinking, and the dissolving of old ways that do not work anymore. And this happens all the time. It's happened many times throughout history. There have always been new eras, new evolutions, industrial revolution, technology advancing. There's always been advancements in every kind of way, and humanity just continues to evolve, and that's all it is. We're going through, I would say, one of the last steps of our evolution, which is fully maturing into our enlightenment. And enlightenment is nothing more than becoming more mature, operating from a space of love and peace and harmony, and having respect for all life, viewing all people and the planet and the universe, everything as sacred. And once we reach that level of enlightenment and unconditional love for each other, then the new earth will be born. And the new earth and the new age are kind of the same, but the new earth is what will result of this new age once it goes into full effect. Because right now it's really just beginning, and you can argue that it hasn't begun or that it has yet to begun, because it depends on how you define it. If you define this new age coming as everyone has to be enlightened for it to be true, then that's one definition. If you define it as something that's happening for a few people but not for everyone, then I believe that's also true. The new age has already begun for me because I've decided to step into that way of living and thinking, which is free thinking, being able to think for yourself, choose your own thoughts, make your own decisions without the influence of everyone and the pressure of society weighing you down and forcing you into things that your heart is screaming at you that you don't really care for. And that's one thing I've always feared, I would say, is that I didn't want to lose myself and my heart, because I've always been so heart connected. And that was a fear that I would lose that connection and become cold and just lose myself. But I never did. And I don't know. It's good to know that I can hold on to that. And I think even if you lose that, you can get it back. You just have to tap back into your heart, your divine energy, which we all have. It's just the good in us. We have good and bad because we are both soul and body. The body contains physical desires, which can lead to bad. But as long as it's not a shallow physical desire and it's more of a necessity, then it's fine. Or you can enjoy life. You're supposed to enjoy life and take pleasure in things, just not overindulge. Everything is about finding balance, finding your center, staying balanced, and finding the middle ground in between everything, because everything's kind of a paradox, and you can lean one way or the other, just like everybody leans left or right in politics. But there's really no left or right. There's everything in between, and we're not supposed to be so defined. We're supposed to define ourselves without any real definition. Keep it open to be limitless, because we are limitless beings, continually growing, at least we're supposed to be. And if we stop thinking that we don't have anything left to learn, then we'll always stay there and we'll never learn and we'll never grow. There's always more to learn, no matter how much of a know-it-all you may become, or I may become. And I'm not, I don't know it all. I just know what I've experienced, and I only talk about my experience through what I've felt and what I know, and I've combined those things to be discerning. Finding discernment right now is very important, and if you can do that, congratulations, you're one of the New Age warriors, and you're ready to take on this limited thinking that they're still trying to put on us. Think outside the box, because you're not meant to live inside a box. We are limitless beings, and we're meant to be free and creative. We are creators, made in the image of the Creator, whatever you want to call that. You are that. You are a spark of something greater, and that's why you probably feel this call from within your soul and spirit telling you there's something more to life, and I need to find it. Or maybe I'll just wait till it comes. And that's kind of how it happened to me. I knew there was more to life, but I didn't really go searching. But once you become a seeker, everything changes. Go out there and seek, learn, find more information. Start soaking it up like a sponge, because right now we need to educate ourselves more than anything. We need to become self-educated, mostly because we can't trust a lot of the information out there. So use your discernment, use your knowledge, try and find the right facts. When you're listening to people, even myself, take it with a grain of salt. Take what makes sense. Everything else, look at it with an open mind, but you don't have to subscribe to anything I talk about. And that's the whole beauty of the New Age. It's not a doctrine you have to follow, or any kind of movement that people are getting together and let's start this New Age now. People are talking about it, but it's more of a philosophy and a way of thinking. And you can look it up and it'll tell you the same thing. It's just a new way of thinking. And once this happens and more people become enlightened and start to break those chains that have been put on man and woman for the longest time, we need to break those mental shackles so we can free our spirits and become the creators that we're always meant to be, become leaders in our own right, because we're all meant to be our own leaders. Lead yourself, teach yourself. We can learn from others, but make sure what you're learning feels right in your heart and you're not being deceived. You will have to strengthen your intuition to better see if people are trying to deceive you, and learn who to trust. You'll know who to trust when everything crumbles, because those who are left standing are the ones that were meant for you. They'll always be next to you no matter what. So those bonds are thicker than blood. When they say blood is thicker than water, they're actually talking about the blood that's shed in battles. So the time that you've spent with people, friends, that family that aren't actually blood, you've gone through struggles with those people. So you've shared deeper bonds than you will have just from the water of a pregnancy, like when the woman water breaks. That's what that saying actually means. So you can build those friendships and bonds with anyone, and we should build our bonds, build these bridges, communicate more. And I need to communicate more and stay in touch with people. And I'm going to promise to be better at that in everything I do. So if you've been feeling that call from within you, telling you there's something more and you need to go seek it, go out there and do it, because what you will find is that things are changing, people are changing, even though it might not seem like that on the news. You got to stop watching the news because I'm not on the news and I'm changing. So things are changing. If I'm changing, the world's changing. If you're changing, the world's changing, because you and I, we make up the world. We are part of this world. So we can change it. We are the change. We are the evolution. We are the transformation. You are being called to transform right now. To prepare yourself for this new world, because it's going to be a rough shift. This is the biggest thing. That's why it feels so dense right now. Everything is so chaotic, because in order for something beautiful to be born, it has to go through a struggle. Just like a butterfly in its cocoon, just like any life form that has to go through a struggle to transform and become something beautiful. Um, just like metal, gold has to be refined in fire to become more beautiful, or more refined. You want to refine those metals, right? Um, just like a diamond has to be put under pressure, a coal put under pressure to become a diamond. Yeah, that's what's happening. They're trying to bury us, but they didn't realize we were seeds. I stole that. Sorry. Excuse me. And there's many sayings like that, but I think it's beautiful because it's going to be a struggle, but once we come out, you're going to see how it lights up, just how the sun came out. The sun will shine again, my friends. It always does. It's the one thing we can count on. Good things are coming. We just got to believe it. We just got to move with it and never doubt ourselves. Strengthen yourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Get mentally, physically, spiritually strong. We need you right now. Don't give up. We need you right now. Don't give up. Get mentally, spiritually strong. We need you right now. Don't give up. I love you all. Let's go. A new era is dawning. I promise. In the next 10 years, you're going to see a huge difference. Maybe just in the next few years. Who knows? I'm not going to put a time on it because it's just a feeling I have, and you can't time a feeling. A feeling just comes when it comes. So let's do this.